Hello, how are you doing today? It's nice to meet you. My name is Eric Womack, and I'm here for the interview for the blind children specialist. Um, yes, I don't mind answering a few questions. Your first question to me is to tell you about how I work effectively under pressure. Um, well, first, I'd like to kind of put a little bit into perspective because I think we gotta be realistic when dealing with pressure within the work environment. Um, I do feel that there are limits to how much pressure an individual can undergo, especially depending on the type of pressure and the time exposed to it. Although, in the proper environment with I like the proper set of tools, um, I believe that an individual can thrive, especially when faced with a lot of pressure or very challenging obstacles. Um, Realistically speaking, like you and everyone else in the company, I'm only human, and there are things that there are things that are beyond my limits, honestly. And though though I find that there are things beyond my limits, I feel that most people would be surprised about what I can do within my limits. Um, and I know my limits more than anybody, but realistically, I'll be able to express what I can and can't do. But there's a lot that I can do within my power. With a stimulating and productive work environment and access to, let's say, the right tools, I can accomplish more than most people. It does depend on what the task is because objectively, I feel like it helps having, I feel like objectively it helps when having goals to be realistic. Because you can't set goals and not expect people to perform with in a way that's I don't know out of their means if you can. Um, but I'm a rather exceptional worker who puts my all into completing the task. Um, I do well under pressure and produce excellent results. I guess a weakness in terms of working under pressure would be having to deal with like time sensitivity, depending on what the task is. But I prioritize being thorough more than speed. I know a lot of people want things to be done like that, but it doesn't matter how fast they're done if they're not done correctly. So I really take the time to put forth my best foot when completing a task. Um, I take my time, but I never leave a job unfinished or turn in work that I know isn't reflective of my true ability. Um, when given a job, you know, that is under pressure, I take great responsibility in my work and do my best to, fulfill my obligation. Um, and I'm not only responsible, but I'm very dependable and accountable. And unlike most, I'm able to admit when I make a mistake and, do my best to learn from it. Um, and I genuinely care about the work that I do. It doesn't matter if it's necessarily flipping burgers or giving a presentation, but I do my best to make sure that uh, the work is fulfilled to the greatest of my capabilities. And it's okay, if it's not meeting company standards, not personally to me, but I'll take that, I'll work with that, and do my best to get my performance up to what is to be expected of me. But I'm very open and flexible and highly accountable, and I'm willing to make it work. But thank you for having me today, and I really appreciate the time that we spent. So thank you.